Okay, so when a tech giant, I'm talking about the guy behind one of the biggest messaging apps on the planet, steps up and basically challenges the entire foundation of modern AI, yeah, you know something massive is going on. We're talking about Pavel Durov, the founder of Telegram. He's sounding a huge alarm about where artificial intelligence is headed. And he's not just talking the talk, he's actually building a whole alternative. So let's break down what's got him so worried, and more importantly, why this really affects every single one of us. And this quote, it just gets right to the heart of the whole issue. See, Durov isn't just pointing out some techie behind-the-scenes problem. No, he's framing this whole thing as a fight for our personal freedoms online. He's basically saying that for the last 20 years or so, we've been sleepwalking in a really troubling direction. And the way he sees it, the rise of these super powerful centralized AIs, that could be the final nail in the coffin. All right, so what exactly is this problem he's so concerned about? Well, it really all boils down to one simple but powerful word: centralization. You see, the way most of these big-shot AI models are built today, it creates this fundamental weakness, a kind of digital Achilles heel. It's a single point of failure that puts not just our data, but potentially our entire perception of reality totally at risk. So let's break this down. Think of it like this. You've got two totally opposite ways of doing things. In one corner, you have centralized AI. This is where a company piles up mountains and mountains of our data on its own servers. It's basically like putting all your valuables in one giant, shiny vault, which, makes it a super attractive target for hackers. But on the other side, you've got the decentralized model. Instead of one big pile, the data is spread out all over a network. And just by doing that, you get rid of that single point of failure. The whole system just becomes way more resilient. And believe it or not, a lot more transparent. And the consequences in the real world, they're huge. I mean, we're talking about way more than just our privacy here. Sure, having all that data in one spot leads to those massive data breaches we keep hearing about, but honestly, it gets way scarier. We're hearing from industry execs who are warning that these big centralized providers could literally distort information in real time. Just imagine search results being silently changed on the fly, or algorithms being secretly tweaked to shape public opinion. And the worst part, we might never even know what's happening. Okay, so faced with all these pretty scary dangers, what's the countermove? What's the plan? Well, this is where a piece of tech you've almost definitely heard of comes into the picture, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. The big idea here is to use the power of the blockchain to build a totally different kind of AI from the ground up. All right, let's quickly break this down so we're all on the same page. At its core, a blockchain is really just a shared digital record book, like a ledger, but for the internet. The key thing to remember is that it's decentralized. No single person or company is in charge, and every single thing that gets written in this book is locked in permanently. You can't change it. This creates this incredible system of trust. The data on it is basically tamper-proof, and you can always prove where it came from. So how does this actually connect back to AI? Well, the process is actually pretty elegant and simple. Step 1, an AI model creates some data. Step 2, that data gets recorded on the blockchain, like instantly. And once it's there, that's it. It's locked in, it's unchangeable, it's tamper-proof. The really crucial takeaway here, the whole point really, is that you can always prove where that data came from, and you can prove that nobody has messed with it. Now, this isn't just some high-in-the-sky theoretical idea. Not at all. Pavel Durov is actually putting his money where his mouth is. He's putting this entire concept into practice with a brand new project, one that's designed to be the very first major real-world example of this whole decentralized AI vision. And he's calling it Project Cocoon. Now, that's an acronym for Confidential Compute Open Network. What it is a completely new AI network that's built on something called the Open Network, or TON for short, which is the blockchain that's tied to Telegram. You can think of this as Durov's direct, head-on answer to all the problems we've been talking about with centralized AI. In its mission, it's crystal clear. The entire point of Cocoon is to let all of us use powerful AI tools and features without having to sacrifice our personal data to some giant centralized company. It's all about getting the amazing benefits of AI without having to pay that heavy price of our own privacy. So you might be wondering, how does this thing actually work? Well, it's pretty cool. It's a completely user-powered model. Literally anyone, you or me, can contribute by sharing some of the unused processing power from our computer's graphics card, the GPU. And in return for doing that, you get rewarded with Toncoin, which is the network's crypto token. What this does is it creates this massive, powerful, decentralized computing network that anyone can tap into for AI tools. And the whole time, your own data stays private.
All right, let's zoom back out for a second, because a project like this, it really represents something way, way bigger. We're standing at a critical fork in the road right now, and the path we choose is going to define the future of the internet and really our place in it.
When you boil it all down, this is the choice we're facing. One path leads to even more centralized control, a future where a handful of giant companies own the AI, they own the algorithms, and they own our data. But the other path, the one that projects like Cocoon are fighting for, leads towards a decentralized future, one where power and control are handed back to us, the users. And that leaves us with a really big critical question. As centralized AI gets more and more powerful every single day, as it gets woven into every aspect of our lives and starts shaping what we see, what we read, and what we believe, is decentralization our last best hope to save the free and open internet we all grew up with? It's a heavy thought, but it's something we're all going to have to think about.